what control does Trump think he has over Bibi? Do you foresee Trump complying with Clause 1 of the MOU, which is to get the IDF out of Lebanon?
I think Haaretz has it right if I'm reading between the lines and in some places explicitly, that what's happening right now is that Trump believes he has some measure of control over what Bibi does, but Trump is ultimately going to join Bibi in a second, and they think, both of them, overwhelming attack on Iran. And it is coming, and it is going to come either right before the elections or right after the elections if Bibi is successful and stays in power. And I would submit that it might even happen even if Bibi is replaced, just might be delayed slightly. That is a situation that I think is fraught with problems for the immediate reasons of, let's take a look at the MOU and at the trilateral agreement, whatever they're calling it, and you look at them, and they're so contradictory that you can't understand exactly how they call this diplomacy. And nothing has changed in terms of the force deployments on the ground in Lebanon or in Gaza or elsewhere. And he's rolling up the West Bank as fast as he can. And he's in Syria, and I think he's contemplating going deeper into Syria. So you're looking at force dispositions that belie all this diplomacy, particularly the force disposition in Lebanon, where Bibi's doing pretty much as he pleases and is not going to stop anytime soon. Now, Hezbollah knows that. And Iran knows that if Bibi continues in this way, even if he just stays static, then Hezbollah is not going to be able to forcefully and outright and decisively join, as it did before, in attacking Israel when Iran hits it again, which it inevitably is going to do. So Iran's got to be concerned that that disposition of forces is there in Lebanon and sort of made sacrosanct by this hodgepodge of diplomacy that's occurred. But I don't think that's going to stop them from another attack on Israel. In fact, it may be even more intense than we would expect otherwise, because Hezbollah won't be able to join in unless Hezbollah works a way into the north again in a way that's not impeded by the Israelis, which they are going to try to do, and is able to join in again and reinforce what Iran does to Israel. Then you've got to think about, what is Iran going to do if this kicks off again in a big way? And they understand that once again, they've been cheated, they've been lied to, and it's a big, big war again. Then they're going to hit these other targets, I think, like they have hit targets in the first round. But these targets are going to be, as I've said before, very, very detrimental to the global economy. They're going to hit things that really are going to impact the global economy. They won't do it to the extent that I thought before, because I think Russia and China are tapering that a little bit, or refining it a little bit in terms of what might happen in that round of attacks, unless, of course, Iran and China see that the United States and Israel are in combination going for the golden ring, if you will, to pursue the utter destruction and defeat and Bantustan creation of Iran. In that case, here's the bottom line. Russia and China are not going to let Iran fall, period. Not going to let them fall.